This is part 2 of creating impactful dimensional skin, starting by sort of doing a darker color around the perimeter and it's getting lighter towards the center. Little on the nose. It's these little tiny things that make a really big difference. There's blush 1. This is from SACHEU. I want something just a little bit brighter on top of this. Thin, back of the hand. Just gonna bounce it where I want the most color. See how minimal that was? Just shifts it a tiny bit, but enough that it adds dimension on the cheek. I just like to have a pretty clean brush, or just take the brush that you used your foundation and use that to sort of buff out any edges so that you don't have any lines. Now I will add a powder blush on top to microset. I'm using this. I know it looks crazy, just trust the process. The tiniest, tiniest bit. And we're going to use that to set the others. Pressure is a really important part of makeup that I don't think we talk about a lot, but the pressure that you use and the amount of product really matters. Now we're gonna start to introduce some powder. This is the loose powder by Rodial. You guys, one of you guys out there recommended this to me and I really love it. Got some on a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go first where I know I really not only want to set, but I want to mattify. So this is that transition blending sort of situation that's happening. Just pushing that powder into the top of the blush and out, but that just sort of softens it and mattifies it a little bit. And I do not love mattifying the whole face. And down through here. I think I want a little more impact on the cheek and get a little bit of what was left over and just push that on top. The cream just sort of brings back any life that the powder sort of dulled out. I have this bronzer from Milani, and this is a pretty light one, so it can work as a highlight. Press it through here. I always go through with the Charlotte Tilbury pressed powder on a sponge or a puff, and I re-go over the spots that I really want to mattify. So here, and I know this feels like a lot of makeup, but because we've done it in such thin layers, it really doesn't look heavy. We're getting that immediate sort of blurred matte effect through the center, but we still have a lot of life happening on the rest of the face. This is just complexion. This is how I do red carpet skin.